You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. The House Republican leadership team fired back at the Wolf administration's recent mask order. Yesterday, the Secretary of Health signed an order making it a requirement for all residents to wear a mask when out in public. The leadership also responded to the state Supreme Court's ruling on Scarnati versus Wolf, a ruling that strikes down the bipartisan vote to end the ongoing emergency declaration. The team said the recent ruling and order sends a message to residents that the governor and Supreme Court don't want to hear from them. They went on to say members will continue to work in the House to find a path that'll help all Pennsylvanians rebuild and recover from the governor's decision. A Hazleton woman's locked up after firing a weapon in the air during a dispute with a neighbor. Hazleton police were called to West 5th and Grant Streets June 24th for fireworks complaints. When they arrived, Luis Madera told them a woman argued with him about setting fireworks and allegedly discharged a gun in the air 3 times. Officers located the woman, who was identified as 32-year-old Stephanie Sell. She told police she fired what she believed to be a cap gun, but a .22 caliber revolver was retrieved from her residence. She was charged with terroristic threats, reckless endangerment, and disorderly conduct. She was taken to prison for lack of $25,000 bail. The 2 most serious charges against a Tamaqua man accused of shooting and killing another man earlier this year were withdrawn by prosecutors. 22-year-old Francis Whitmire Jr. was charged by Tamaqua police for the shooting death of 18-year-old Eric Tavener inside a Gay Street home February 27th. He was charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, involuntary manslaughter, and recklessly endangering another person. The assistant DA withdrew the 2 felony aggravated assault charges when Whitmire appeared in court. The judge then determined that the prosecution had enough evidence to hold the remaining charges to Schuylkill County Court. Whitmire remains out free on bail. An early morning fire caused damage to 2 businesses in Foster Township. Fire crews were called to Rev Forestry around 4:30 this morning. The fire was coming from a large garage door at the mulch and debarking business. The neighboring Freeland Marketplace also sustained smoke damage. Firefighters had the fire under control within an hour, which was said to have started in the conveyor system. An accused burglar sustained injuries during a West Hazleton break-in. Police responded to a report of an intoxicated male on East Broad Street early Monday morning. The man was identified as 48-year-old Sean Salo of West Hazleton, who was bleeding profusely. Police discovered that blood found at the scene of a Spruce Street break-in was connected to Salo, who allegedly broke a pane of glass to enter the home. He's now stuck facing numerous charges. The Departments of Labor and Industry and Human Services want to remind residents that state assistance will be available when the federal pandemic unemployment compensation program ends. The program provides an additional $600 per week payment during the pandemic, but is set to end July 25th under federal guidelines. Human services programs are designed to help residents who have lost income or employment to meet basic needs until they're able to work again. Those programs include Medicaid, SNAP, and LEHEAP. Residents who have experienced an income change, regardless of its relation to COVID, can apply for benefits at compass.state.pa.us. Other resources can also be found online at pa.gov. Have fun, but stay safe. The local medical community urges people to celebrate this 4th of July holiday wisely. Our Julie Stefanovich has some advice from a Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton emergency physician.
Fireworks are an enjoyable part of the 4th of July holiday, but if they're not handled properly, the results can be disastrous. We spoke with Lehigh Valley emergency physician Kara Weaver about avoiding a firework-related medical emergency.
So when we talk about fireworks safety in general, we recommend that, obviously you don't want to light around other people. You don't want to hold it while you're lighting it. You want to be able to get away from it. Keep a bucket of water nearby in case, something catches fire, you need to put it out.
Be careful because all types of injuries, great and small, can occur.
There's always risks with the burns, are some of the most common injuries that you get with firework injuries. And then parts of the body that can be affected by fireworks would be primarily, it could be any part of the body, but really like hand injuries are very common, as well as burns or injury to the face and eyes.
Sparklers may seem harmless, but they too can cause damage. It's especially important to keep an eye on children during holiday activities.
So sparklers, as fun as they are, and they can be enjoyed safely, they definitely need direct parent supervision and assistance. You definitely don't want to use them with small children because the fact that it still can cause burns. So burns are one of the number one traumatic injuries to children.
If you sustain an injury, it's always best to get it checked out by a medical professional.
It's more than just like what would look like a sunburn. Definitely, anything more extensive, like a larger surface of the body, something involving the hands, the face, anything involving the eye definitely should come up here to get seen. Because even though it might seem minor sometimes depending on the burn where it's at, to get proper treatment is really important.
Gathering with family and friends is a big part of celebrating the 4th, but we must be mindful that there is a viral predator among us.
As we're coming into the green phase, people are kind of getting a little more relaxed, and that's okay that you want to spend some time with your family and things like that, but try to avoid large gatherings, large crowds if you can. If you have elderly or family members that have compromised immune systems, you probably don't want to have them at a larger gathering, so keep things smaller if you can.
Also, watch out when snacking and eating during a get-together.
Avoid finger foods that people are touching, or provide utensils that people can scoop their food up and place it on their plate instead of grasping it with their hands. No double dipping in dips, don't share drinks.
The best way to stay safe is to leave it to the fireworks professionals. So sit back, relax, and have a safe 4th. In Hazleton for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Coming up on Wyln News, holiday travel safety tips from PennDOT, plus election preps already in the works. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
It's me again, LJ. I'm 9 years old, and tomorrow will be rainy. Get your umbrellas out because it's about to get wet.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square. Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Don't get a DUI on the 4th of July. Our Philip Kaufman has the word from PennDOT on staying safe on the roads this weekend and celebrating responsibly.
With Independence Day this weekend, PennDOT and the PSP are reminding everyone to celebrate responsibly.
This 4th of July, we want everybody to be safe and be safe on the road and be aware of your surroundings and just take your time.
Over this holiday period, the Pennsylvania State Police and local municipal agencies will be conducting impaired driving enforcement details.
The public should be aware that local police, state police, will be out there enforcing DUI. So, and they go out at all different times. They just don't go out at night. They don't go out so they go out in the morning. They go out at night. They go out all different times of the day to make sure that people are driving safe on the road. There is usually an increase in the 4th of July on drug and alcohol deaths. So we just want to make sure everybody is safe.
According to PennDOT data, in 2019, there were 241 alcohol-related crashes, resulting in 7 fatalities. Additionally, there were 93 drug-related crashes, resulting in 11 fatalities during last year's Independence Day holiday driving period. PennDOT encourages you to always have a plan ahead by either designating a sober driver or arranging for alternative transportation.
If you're at a party, you want to find someone that's not drinking to drive you to the party or bring you home from the party, and that's the best thing. And now we also talk about if you're going out on a boat. That's another thing during the 4th of July. People may be out on their boats this 4th of July. So we also drinking and driving on the boat is also an issue too. So they'll be out checking. Game Commission, Fish Commission will be out there checking on boats.
In addition, there are other safety tips that PennDOT wants you to be aware of during the holiday weekend.
If you're driving with your children, make sure you have them in the proper safety child seat, so that and make sure they're properly installed in your car. And also, if you don't leave a child in the car because of heat stroke. So there's a couple issues. Also, if you're riding a bike, then make sure you wear a helmet.
To learn more about PennDOT's efforts to prevent impaired driving or other safety initiatives, visit www.penndot.gov/safety.
We just want everybody to be safe, drive safely out there, enjoy the holiday. If you're on a boat, if you're on a bike, you're walking, just be aware of the safety, your safety concern, whatever form of transportation you use.
Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thanks, Phil. Hazleton Public Transit's providing bus service to and from the city's fireworks display at City View Park on Friday. Bus services are handicap accessible and begin at 5, with the last pickup at 11. The route includes pickup locations at Church and Mine Street's bus terminal, Center City Park, the South Wyoming Street parking garage, and Terrace Plaza. City View Park gates open at 4, where more than a dozen food trucks and games for children will be available. Live entertainment includes students of the DeMelfi School of Music from 5 to 6, Vanessa Bisco from 6 to 7, and Cartoon from 8 to 11. The City Police Department's Drop the Drugs van will also be on hand to collect expired and unused pills and medication. Feels like there's nothing but bad news anymore. However, on Wednesday, the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport finally got some good news. Congressman Matt Cartwright announced that AVPs received just under $1.7 million through the Federal Aviation Administration to extend a taxiway. Funding's distributed through the FAA Airport Improvement Program and supported in part by CARES Act appropriations. The grant will fund parts of a project to extend AVP's primary taxiway until it's fully parallel with its primary runway. As the deadline to file tax returns looms around the corner, taxpayers needing help should pick up the phone and contact the Department of Revenue's main call center. The deadline to file 2019 Pennsylvania personal income tax returns is set for Wednesday, July 15th. This year's extension applies to both final 2019 tax returns and payments, as well as estimated payments for 2020's first and second quarters. Interest and penalties were waived until the new extended deadline as well. Those needing help with their returns should call 717-787-8201 before the deadline to speak with a revenue agent at the department's Customer Experience Center anytime from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on non-holiday weekdays. Free instructions and tax forms can also be found online at revenue.pa.gov. We've still got a few months until November, but Luzerne County's Election Bureau is already prepping for the expected high turnout. Poll worker training should kick off at the end of August and into September on the new voting machines and other election procedures. The county plans to return to its pre-pandemic polling places for November 3rd's general election, using the new machines for all in-person voting. Voters can still cast ballots by mail, no excuse required. And nearly 36,400 county mail-in voters already plan to do just that. Democracy heroes can expect an increase in their election day compensation this year, $200 for judges and $5 less for clerks, machine operators, and inspectors. Visit LuzerneCounty.org for more information. Coming up on Hazelton's News Choice, Mayor Jeff Gasak gives us the lowdown on tomorrow's City View Park fireworks display in Community and You. Plus, Hazelton area's virtual graduation ceremonies tonight. But first, here's a rundown of fireworks displays still scheduled throughout the area. Stay with us.
Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
WYLN has strong ties to the community and it's committed to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hands Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to Pennsylvania continues with the broadcast of Hazelton's Fun Fest Parade and the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants to Spare Hill Climb. And throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other community events. WYLN, we're your local network.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
Welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. I'm Julia Wiegand, and with us today is Hazelton Mayor Jeff Gasak. How you doing, Mayor?
Good, how are you?
Great. Now, today we are going to be talking about tomorrow, which is the Hazelton City Fireworks display. Now, I know with the pandemic and COVID-19, there have been a lot of cancellations and a lot of changes with how we run events nowadays. So what will the city be doing?
Well, we're going to hold our event up here. There's plenty of parking, so we have the opportunity to stay in vehicles. If people don't want to come out and be close to other people, we have plenty of parking. We have about 600 cars that fit. We also have, under the pavilions, we have the tables, picnic tables set 10 feet apart. The food vendors will be distanced, and so we'll be able to proper distance in lines, be able to keep some social distancing in between the picnic tables and seating areas. And then we also have plenty of open space for people to park.
Now, are the people that want to come out of their vehicles, should they be wearing masks as well?
Well, it's recommended, however, it's hard to wear them that long. but it is safer if you have one on, but we recommend them.
And these fireworks are free?
The firework is free. There'll be some things up here to do for free, but the food vendors are here. There's be games for children. The entertainment is free. We'll have entertainment starting at 5 o'clock, going right till 11. So there's lots to do.
So now to kind of bring it all together, let's do like a schedule recap. So when does everything start? When do people usually get around?
The gates open at 4, so the food vendors will be here 4 o'clock, set up, ready to go. So the entertainment will start at 5. So we're expecting the crowd to grow throughout the evening. Last year, by 9 o'clock, there was probably 1,000 people here. Cars lined up all the way down the street. So we do recommend you getting here early enough to enjoy the festivities and not have to get lost in line and miss everything.
Now, is there going to be a capacity limit when it comes to having an event here?
There's probably not going to be. I mean, we could fit, at least 600-700 cars. We have the public transportation, buses bringing people up, so pickups and drop-offs through the evening. This is a very large area, so we don't feel it's of any concern of the number of people being stuck in one location.
And when can we expect those fireworks?
9:45. We're looking for a 9:45 start.
Perfect. Anything else that you want the public to be aware of before coming down?
Just that I want everybody to be able to enjoy the festivities. If up here, if at home, if in your car down the street, everybody just needs something to reflect on and able to celebrate. So if you don't feel comfortable enough to come up here, feel free to park throughout the city. These fireworks can be seen from Freeland all the way to McAdoo, so it's a large viewing area.
Well, thank you so much for meeting us here at City View Park to talk fireworks.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody watching. Remember, tomorrow night, 4 o'clock is when the gates open. 9:45 we can expect fireworks, and everything in between. Everybody around the area is invited. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.
How you doing, everybody? This is Ricardo Santos from Yay Zapata. That's right, Yay Zapata in the house. That's what's up, that's what's up.
Meet Ricardo Santos. This is one of his Mexican food trucks. He is not a chef.
I'm not the chef.
But he makes amazing Mexican food. And he has joined the WYLN family with his own cooking show, Cooking with Jay Zapata.
Hazleton area's Class of 2020 virtual commencement ceremonies finally here, and you're invited. The virtual graduation ceremony will be live streamed tonight starting at 6, and you can watch it right here on WYLN. A slideshow of pictures taken throughout this past school year did kick off at 5:35 p.m. So stay tuned tonight right after the news for Hazleton area's 2020 virtual grad ceremony right here on WYLN TV. Another COVID cancellation for you. This time it's an annual favorite in Schuylkill County. Organizers of Shenandoah's Kielbasi Festival announced that this year their event won't be happening at all. The annual event usually happens in May, but was pandemic postponed to September 5th. As COVID restrictions continued into the summer, Downtown Shenandoah Incorporated was forced to make the difficult decision. Next year's event, however, is set to happen May 22nd, 2021. And although the Bloomsburg Fair plans to happen this fall, some of their events still got the boot. According to their official website, the John Party, Brad Paisley, and Chicago concerts were all pandemic postponed until 2021's Fair Week. No further actions needed if you plan on keeping your ticket and seating placement for next year. You can call the Bloomsburg Fair Grandstand at 570-387-4145 for more information on exchanges and refunds during their office hours, Thursdays and Fridays 9 to 3 and Saturdays 9 to noon, except for this weekend, since their main and grandstand offices will be closed for the holiday. Visit bloomsburgfair.com for details on all the health and safety measures the fair's planning to take for the week. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you can also find the real facts about COVID-19 from LVHN. We'll see you next time right here on WYLN TV.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different